Greetings, 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 my We Ignite family all over the world. This is your chief back with the Wednesday message. I hope you enjoyed my pre-recorded Insta Live, and I hope that you guys are rocking it all over the world with the new journey with us in Ignite. This is our pre-launch period, so please, there are a lot of people contacting me directly on my Instagram. I have received over 1,000 messages on my WhatsApp from ISB brothers and sisters, from networkers from all over the world. We are catching up to reach out to you, but let me give you some solutions. Firstly, you can reach out to any of the business development warriors of Ignite on the ground. You know all of them. They've been supporting you all this time. You can reach out to some of the V partners who are already in Ignite, or I will respond to you over the next few days. I'm catching up on all my messages. It's been crazy, as you can predict. A lot of interesting learnings that I've received throughout my journey of building the network in Ignite. And today I realized one thing, because I'm back full-time on the ground, okay? I've always been a working upline, but now I'm a working upline and a full-time networker. So I do multiple presentations a day, record as many videos. Later today, I'm recording some cool videos because a lot of you are asking me for the presentation video, which I'll be recording on a whiteboard, chief style, and we'll putting it up on my YouTube channel so all of you can watch and understand why the complan of Ignite. And I'm being as neutral as I can. I've checked out many complans. I built a few complans, but the complan of Ignite solves every problem, resolves every weakness of a binary compensation plan. We studied the weaknesses of a binary compensation plan and we solved it. All right, that's what we did. We solved every problem. And once you see the video, which I'll upload on YouTube over the next few days, you will understand why your decision to participate in Ignite is almost a necessity. Do you understand? You do not want to miss out on the power and beauty of our complan. It's going to help you build a long-term sustainable network, okay? Now, the past few weeks of doing presentation all over the world, Africa, Middle East, Central Asia, Asia, I'm on Zoom 10, 15 times a day doing presentations. And I realized this. A lot of people, and all of you, no matter where you are building your network, there is one area a lot of people neglect. All right? A lot of people neglect it. All right? Today, network marketing has grown, has become more efficient. All right? The industry of direct selling, or I call it social enterprise, has grown and evolved and become more efficient. All right? Everyone is building better systems. With Zoom, with technology, with WhatsApp chat groups. You manage, you educate, you train your network on a mass basis, okay? But I realized the last few weeks doing presentations, one thing you must never compromise when you do a presentation, all of you who are on the ground working, is don't compromise that personal communication, that personal relationship, that personal follow-through, the one-on-one training or power of association. Don't compromise it. Don't replace it with just inviting people to Zoom. Because the mistake you make if you're missing out on the core pillar of social enterprise. What is the core pillar of social enterprise? It is the power of relationships. All right. See, somebody asked me, Chief, how come all the working uplines, all the leaders from your previous home joined you in Ignite? It's not because I called them, not because I pushed them. It's because I've always valued personal relationships. And this is something you have to never compromise. No matter how strong your system is, no matter how much you embrace technology, in social enterprise, you don't sacrifice personal relationships. So like I have done 100 over presentations. And today with WhatsApp, with better time management, I find the time to call them, to Zoom with them individually, not bring them to a collective group. Because you must understand this. When you invite people just on a collective platform, they lose that feeling of being important to you. And the most important thing in life, all right, as I have learned throughout my journey of life, is people need to know, people need to feel, people need to understand that they are important to you, that you are willing to reply messages, you're willing to get on a Zoom, you're willing to grab a quick coffee with them personally, instead of grouping all of them together and telling them, okay, I'm going to train you right now. You have to do that. But with your direct referrals, with your inner circle leaders, you need that personal touch. All right. I've always valued that. I've always understood the power of it. And today, why so many people lose downlines in network marketing, and a lot of people are upset because their downlines have joined Ignite, it's not for any reason. It's because your personal relationship, your personal contribution to that person diminished over time, to a point that person became just a face on the screen, a box on the screen on your Zoom. Do you understand? So what you need to do is create a funnel, all right, when you're building your system in Ignite. What is the funnel? Yes, you can do mass presentation. Yes, you can do 8 basic building blocks with a few thousand people, a few hundred people in a hall or on Zoom. Yes, you can do trainings and everything. But that funnel starts very wide, and you need to bring it narrow and narrow and narrow and narrow. And the final point of that funnel, the end of that funnel, is your personal relationship with that person. Now, because of technology, because the ability to get on video calls, even on WhatsApp, all right, or Botim, on Telegram, okay, and all of that, you just have to allocate the time, all right? Because the time you invest, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, is so valuable in your long-term relationship with your networker or your downlines, okay? Because you need to understand this. Everyone today with me in Ignite are not relationships I built overnight. It's relationships I built and maintained for some of them 25 years. And the power of relationships is ultimately the reason why people follow you. You see, loyalty is a misunderstood thing. Loyalty is not because of your title. Loyalty is not because of how much training you do for them or all of that. Loyalty is based on the fact that you were there for them, that you valued them, that you understood the power of making them feel important, truthfully, sincerely, that you were there for them during their challenging times, that you never gave up on them. I'm still today focused on helping even the people who did not join Ignite, who are still facing some challenges and crises that may need me to come in and support and help them. Because ultimately, the relationships stay, all right? No matter which choice you have made, I respect your freedom of choice, but it should never delete our relationship. This is what I'm confused. There are morons out there who are not talking to me, all right? Even though I've been on a journey with them for so many years. I cannot understand this. I will never understand this. because relationships are independent of what you do. Relationships must always be based on sincerity. That's why I tell people, don't only spend time with your people who are performing today. Spend time with everyone, because every performer today, every big leader you have was at one time a nobody. And you spend time with them, you train them, you build them to who they are today. Now there are so many people in your downlines who may not be the top performer, who may not be contributing the highest amount of CV to your organization today, but you never abandon them. You don't forget them. Because one thing I've learned in network marketing, and I've seen this with my own eyes in Ignite, and it makes me so proud that I know networkers who have not achieved success in 5 years, 6 years, and come into Ignite and they're achieving success which is unbelievable. And you never give up on people. You never give up on people. You never give up on a market. You never give up on people. Like I told you, one promise I will always keep to you, which I couldn't previously, but now I can in Ignite, is that no matter where you are, what you're doing, if I have one downline who produces 0 CV, but is still committed, still believes in Ignite, still believes in me as an upline, I will be there for that person. I'll figure out how to support them, because ultimately, every max out king, every max out queen, every partner, associate partner, council member, all right, they all started with 0. But somebody didn't give up on them. Do you understand? My uplines didn't give up on me. I'm grateful to all my uplines, all right, who didn't give up on me when I was not producing anything. Do you understand? So that personal touch, that personal care, that personal investment of time should be distributed to everyone, regardless how they're performing. As long as they have hunger, as long as their cup is empty, as long as they are demonstrating commitment, you be there for them. All right? Because everyone starts as a nobody. And everyone has that same potential to become a somebody. Everyone starts from 0, and one day, inshallah, they'll become a hero. So you support them on your mass system. All right, whether it is on Zoom or trainings or whatever you do, but then do not compromise on that personal relationship, that personal touch. All right, somebody asked me, Chief, why you don't sleep? Because I stay awake until 4:30 in the morning every day, trying to maintain, sustain, nurture the relationships I've built over the years. A simple hello, a simple how are you, a simple are you okay, all right, a simple quick phone call, and maybe some phone calls are longer, or simple solving a challenge that they have, either with the company or with their uplines. You know, be there for your people. You see, this business is about CV, it's about US dollars, it's about maxing out, but that's not the only thing in this business. If you're only counting CV, income, then you misunderstood social enterprise. Social enterprise is about relationships. Social enterprise is about raising people, guiding them, empowering them, making them better. Like I told somebody the other day, even if you don't make any money from Ignite, all right, but when you leave Ignite, you must take with you great benefit. You must take with you personal growth, self-confidence, knowledge, understanding. You understand? That's my goal. My goal is to make people better. Our goal in Ignite is to raise entrepreneurs, give people self-confidence, you know, make them believe in themselves, make them unleash their limitless potential. You understand? And this cannot be done only on trainings and Zoom calls and conventions. All right? The lives that have been changed over the years was changed because of personal connection, personal touch. Sometimes just listening to them, you solve their problems. Sometimes the timing of replying to their WhatsApp or being there for them. All right. I try to be there for as many people as possible. And I try to make my Wednesday message, my Instagram also reach people who I can talk to millions of people every week. You understand? So as good as your system is, as powerful as your training is, don't solely rely on it. All right. Maintain, sustain, continue your personal relationships. All right, remember the funnel. Okay, you start with a broad foundation of thousands of people who attend all your system and training, and then you go to a smaller group of leaders, then a smaller group of leaders, and then your personal relationship with your inner circle, then your individual relationships with everyone that matters. And don't sustain relationships only with the people who are performing today and abandon those who are not performing. All right, you give more time to the people performing, of course, because the demand from you is higher, but don't abandon others. Because everyone will rise when it's their time. Everyone will become a max out king or queen when it's their time. And you need to be there with them when they are nobody throughout their journey. Don't run to them only when they max out. And don't run to them only when they threaten or want to leave your organization. That means you never respected that relationship. You never valued that relationship that you had with them. Don't do that. Be there for people as much as you can. Social enterprise, Ignite, is ultimately about relationships. All right, this whole journey of mine for 30 over years in this great industry of direct selling, what I value most, I'm grateful for the money, I'm grateful for financial freedom, I thank God every day for it, I thank my mother, my mentors, but the real benefit I've received is some of the most beautiful relationships in my life. And you know, that's how Ignite was built. Ignite was built on the power of relationships, sincere, true relationships. Ignite was built on the foundation of love and care and being there for people, not only in their sunny days, but their rainy days. So no matter how great your system is, never sacrifice personal relationships and only rely on the system. All right, strengthen your personal relationships. A 20-minute coffee face-to-face, a hug, a how are you, a late night Zoom call, one-on-one, or just a message of gratefulness and appreciation on a chat group or personal chat is what this business is about. If you don't care sincerely, you cannot build an organization. Care sincerely for everyone, anyone, anywhere, everywhere. Are you guys with me? I love you and welcome to the greatest story in the industry of social enterprise, the story of Ignite.